The silent knocking. It had been a year and a half since my wife and I became new parents to our sweet daughter. Despite the occasional unexplained incidents in our house, we were adjusting well to our new roles. Our daughter was a bright child. She communicated mainly through sign language rather than words, though she was learning and could speak fine for her age. However, it was her peculiar behavior that began to unnerve us. She would often gaze intently into her room without moving, as if she were fixated on something only she could see. She'd wave at thin air and never had an answer for what she was waving at. Initially, we dismissed it as an active imagination, but as time went on, the incidents became more unsettling. Items would go missing, only to reappear in strange places. Unfamiliar noises echoed through the empty rooms. The atmosphere in the house felt heavy, as if we were being watched by a presence. Our daughter's behavior became more concerning as well. She seemed more withdrawn. Not that an 18-month-old is very social, especially her, but I could tell a difference. One night, while my wife was putting her to bed, our daughter pointed towards the window and uttered the word door. My wife gently corrected her, insisting that it was the window. Strangely, our daughter knocked her tiny fist against the glass and repeated door. My wife was about to dismiss it as a simple mistake when she noticed the window was unlocked. The revelation sent shivers down her spine. We were meticulous about securing our home, and our windows were never left unlocked. We quickly checked the rest of the house, finding everything else secure. It just didn't make sense. We had a camera in her room to monitor her sleep, and I always kept the volume at max just in case. How had I not heard or seen something? And what on this earth makes her think that's a door? She knows what a door is. After that incident, it seemed as though I was picking up on every odd occurrence that was happening in our home. That, or I was creating them in my head due to always being on alert. As days turned into weeks, the strange happenings escalated. Shadows seemed to move on their own, and whispers echoed through the house at night. Even our 2 cats stopped coming out as much. The chilling part is I'm almost convinced I've heard a third's meow every now and then. I couldn't shake the feeling that an unseen presence had invaded our home. It was as if the house itself was trying to communicate with us, and our daughter was somehow more in tune with it than we were. The unease settled like a heavy fog in our lives. My wife and I began to argue more frequently, both feeling the weight of the sinister ambience surrounding us. Our once joyful home had become a place of anxiety and fear. The pieces slowly started falling into place. The missing items, the strange occurrences, our daughter's fixation on the unseen. It all pointed to something beyond our understanding. Something had infiltrated our lives. Or had we infiltrated it? There really was not much choice in the matter. I never trust psychics or mediums, so the idea of some stranger coming into our home to tell us the history of the house they found on the internet was not my idea of security. In the following weeks, we installed additional security measures in the house. My wife and I switched rooms with our daughter, and our new room was blessed by my uncle. He's the only spiritualist I trust. We worked hard to create a loving and protective environment for her, hoping that our efforts would keep the madness at bay. As time passed, the strange occurrences diminished, and our daughter's behavior started to return to normal. She became more sociable, her smiles more frequent. I'd always hoped it was due to being freed from an invisible burden that one could never truly tell. Now we live with the awareness that some mysteries lie beyond our comprehension or control, and I hope I'm not wrong. For my family's sake,